going to show you guys how I make my chicken and waffles. Hello everyone, welcome to another day with the Winklers. This is gonna be my so far third cooking tutorial, and today I'm going to show you guys how I make my chicken and waffles. I got the recipe, what's it called? I got inspiration for this recipe from a restaurant called Metro Diner. If you guys have never had Metro Diner, please make your way to the closest Metro Diner and go eat you some breakfast food. Their dinner is also good, but I honestly think their breakfast might be a little bit better, or brunch, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so this is air fried chicken and waffles. You can also just regularly fry the chicken with this recipe I'm showing you guys, with cornbread waffles, which is a game changer for chicken and waffles, at least. Hot syrup, which they also make at the restaurant, and then a berry butter, which just adds a little bit of sweetness and butteriness that you need with good chicken and waffles. If you guys are interested, please stay tuned. Watch how I get this recipe done. It is a family favorite, so when I do make it, everybody eats it, you know, ain't no complaints. But thank you guys for tuning in, and here goes the chicken and waffles. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is the buttermilk air fried chicken. So to start, you're going to want to season some flour. I used in this flour garlic powder, lots of it, salt, black pepper. This is chipotle powder, then chili powder, lots and lots of paprika for smoky flavor, some parsley, and I think that was it. Oh, also some poultry seasoning. Then I mix that all up, and I'm gonna do a double dredging of the chicken quarters here. You can also use like a thigh and a drum if you want smaller pieces, but I just bought this, so that's what I had available for me to use. But like I said, we're gonna do a double dredge of all 6 pieces. So they went into the buttermilk, sat for 2 hours to overnight, and then into the seasoned flour. And then it went back into the buttermilk and then back into seasoned flour again afterwards. And like I mentioned before, you can deep fry this as well as air frying it. It doesn't have to be air fried. Whatever is easier for you, go ahead and do that. I did spray it on one side. You'll see here in a moment. Spray it on one side with some olive oil cooking spray, and then put the sprayed side down into the air fryer, and then sprayed the other side so that it got nice and crispy. It went in at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And then after that was done, I flipped it halfway through, and then I put it into the actual oven for 20 minutes at 425, just to make sure it was cooked all the way through, since these were such big pieces. Next, I'll show you guys the roasted green beans, which was really easy. This was my first time doing green beans as a side with chicken and waffles, and I enjoyed it. But all I did was trim off the edges, and then I cut it in half with my very dull knife, tossed it in olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and then pop that in the oven at 425 for 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the tenderness that you want. Up next is the hot maple syrup. As you guys can guess, it's literally just hot sauce and maple syrup mixed together. Add more hot sauce depending on how spicy you want it. You can do equal parts to start off, and then add more hot sauce until you get to the desired spiciness that you want. It's really easy and really good. Now I'm going to show you guys the whipped berry butter, which is fantastic. I did 2 sticks of butter here, and then I whipped it up until it was nice and smooth. And I did do room temperature butter just because it's easier to work with. Then I added some wild blackberries that we pick from our backyard area. You can do any berry you want: strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, whatever you want, raspberries. I've done it all. And because I didn't have that many blackberries, I did go ahead and add some boysenberry jam. You can do this with any type of jam that you want as well, and just make sure it's nice and well combined. Last but not least is the star of the show, in my opinion, the cornbread waffles. This is so good. I use 3 boxes of cornbread mix for this day. And then I use about 2/3 of a can of sweet corn, added in a handful or so of green onions. Then you're gonna wanna crack in 2 eggs to your mixture. Then I did a drizzle of buttermilk, and then 2 scoops or so of plain Greek yogurt. This is about like 1.5 to 2 cups. I also went ahead and seasoned it with black pepper and salt, a little bit of salt, and garlic powder. Next step was doing about a mason jar full of water. I'll figure out what measurements that is for you guys, but I did almost a full mason jar. Then I combined that really nice and well to make sure it was smooth. Then I added in half a package, or about 4 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, mild cheddar cheese, and then Parmesan cheese as well. And these were all each at 4 ounces or half a pack. Then you're gonna wanna combine that to make sure everything is nice and incorporated. If you notice that your batter is a little bit too wet, like mine was here, you can just go ahead and add in some plain flour until you get to about a waffle batter consistency. It's gonna be chunky, obviously, because of all the stuff we have in there, but you wanna have a thicker texture because you are gonna put this into the waffle iron. I sprayed my waffle iron down on both sides, and this is a cup measuring container. You only need a cup. I overfilled it a couple of times, but you only need that 1 full cup full, and you're gonna wanna toast it until it's nice and brown like that. So once your chicken and your green beans are out of the oven, go ahead and plate up your waffles, your chicken and waffles. I usually do about 4 to 5 pieces of waffle, top it with the chicken, hit it with that hot syrup, put as much as you want. This is so good. My mouth is watering. Watch this right now. Put your berry butter on top. You have your green beans on the side, and there you go. There's like the best chicken and waffles you could ever have in your life. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.